Hey guys, welcome back to Arcade Blasters, and this is episode 18, and we're going to be playing 1944, The Loop Masters. It's been so long since I've done an episode of Arcade Blasters. For any of you who don't know, this is an old series that I used to do on my channel where I play some of the most classic top-down retro shooters, or some of the most classic side-scrolling shooters. So today we're doing this one, which is a huge favorite of mine. This was a continuation from the 1942-1943 series, and this came out in the year 2000, so this was a big deal when it came out. So here we go, stage one. Now the thing to remember about this game is that it's very much in the same ilk as its predecessors. The only difference is they've upped the ante with the power-ups, etc. So this is very much like 1942, 1943. This is what I would call the true successor. There is another one, 1940X, which to me is another great game. But what I love about this game is it just has that big screen feel to it that the other ones didn't. So it's kind of like expanding on what the other ones did, widening the screen up, and also the end of boss battles are beautiful in this game. So here we go, here's the first end of boss battle. You can get those side Fs. And you can use your power-ups, which is what I usually do to wait to beat the end of level bosses, at least in the earlier stages. There we go, that's stage one. High Speed Destroyer. Stage one done and dusted. Stage two. The Iron Beast is here. Again, this is such a classic arcade blaster. It's just one of those games that I think even if you're not from that era, you'll just enjoy it. It's so pick up and play. It's just a true arcade game. Pump in those coins when you lose your lives. That's, excuse me, I've just been getting over COVID, so come on. And you can get those big diamonds or big power-ups. Now obviously the score to beat at the end will be, as you can see it up there, the 1 million score. Okay, here we go. Chateau. Any of you guys got any memories of these games? I mean, for me, this is just a step back in time, really. All we can do is step back in time. Okay, there's our first regeneration. Okay, these are bombs. Our bombs are up there on the left, as you can see. There we go, stage two. New type heavy tank. Okay. You know, this is how I used to spend my time in the arcades back in the 80s and 90s. Stage 3 jungle fight. Just playing games like this. You had all your friends around you and stuff, and it's great to be able to go back and play these. If you guys haven't checked out my previous episodes on this, you can always go to my playlist and check out my old episodes 1 to 17. There's loads of old retro shooters on there. Got some stuff from when I was playing on the PS4. I think, to be honest with you, top-down shooters, you know, they have a huge place in a lot of people's hearts, and there's a reason for that. These games are timeless. They still hold up now. It's a bit like side-scrolling brawlers, beat 'em ups. You know, they stood the test of time. hence why games like Turtles, Shredder's Revenge are doing so. And you know, you've also got like you know, the Streets of Rage remake, things like that. There's a place for them, and people still love playing these kind of retro games. Top-down shooters are still very popular as well. One of the best things they did with this game was they kept the aesthetic, the visual aesthetic from 1942 and 1943. 1940X is a great game as well. I am going to play that on this series as well. I like to concentrate on the more kind of mid-90s to late 90s, early 2000s shooters. Not so much the older ones. I mean, there are some older ones that I will play, but really, my era. I mean, my era was the mid to early 80s as well, but I didn't really get into arcade shooters until, to be honest with you, sort of mid to late 90s. That's when I really kind of got into them. I mean, I was always aware of them, but okay, there's another life. I was always aware of them. But I think one of the things that really kind of endeared me to them was when the graphics started getting a bit more elaborate. That's why I like covering these ones. Prototype. Attacker. Again. Okay. Stage 4, the Rock Fortress. 12 stages to go. So, for you guys, what's your first arcade shooter experience? I think the first arcade shooter I ever played would have to be Galaxian. In the arcades, I just remember that and watching that and thinking that was amazing. I think my first ever experience of a video game, full stop, was Burger Time with my late biological dad. Sat in his lap on a Commodore VIC-20 in his boss's house when we were like looking after his boss's house while he was on holiday. And I sat in my dad's lap. It must have been 1984, I believe, or 1983. That was my first ever experience of seeing a video game moving on a screen, and it was a Commodore VIC-20. It was Burger Time. I believe it was it may have been a Commodore 64 actually. In fact, I think it might have been a Commodore 64. Ooh. Come on. When you've got games like Forgotten Worlds as well, which is another classic Capcom shooter, which is a side-scroller. Capcom really tried different things. That's what I like about them. Like, you know, obviously with Forgotten Worlds, you had the whole idea of going into the shops to get your power-ups. But even with this one, what I liked about this was that you could retrieve your power-ups, like mid-shoot, and especially when you come back with your extra lives, and then use your bombs. So satisfying playing games like this, when you get those end-of-level bosses. Cruising tank, Noroshi. Eagle Territory, Stage 5. There was also an experimentation during the kind of early 80s as well. I don't know if anybody remembers this. There was an arcade game that used video footage, and you just basically moved a sprite over a kind of moving video footage, so you weren't really controlling where you were going. You were just kind of controlling a sprite over like movie footage. And there was one that went through the canyons of where the Millennium Falcon went on the asteroid in Empire Strikes Back, and somebody made a video game of that. I cannot find it anywhere on YouTube. If anybody knows of this, please let me know. And you were moving a sprite around the video footage of the canyons in Empire Strikes Back, like where the Millennium Falcon flies through the canyons. And I remember thinking, oh wow, this is so futuristic. I mean, it was back then, but I've never heard anything about it since. I'm not sure if it was even an official video game, but I played it in an arcade in Ireland, and I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. Played it up in Dundalk, I believe, or it might have been Belfast. Warning! Cure accepted. Okay. Trying to grab a drink in between all this shooting. Keep my throat moisturized. Moist. Okay. Let's grab those power-ups, baby. Grab those power-ups. Grab them. Sidearm. I even made a game called Sidearm, which I'm sure that was influenced by. This is a tough boss to beat, actually. This is a tough one. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, let's grab those power-ups, get your sidearms, and let's boom in. Come on. We can finish this dude. Yeah! There we go. 2 bumps to spare. These are the midway bosses. Intercontinental Bomber. Stage 5, done and dusted. Stage 6, Devil Mountain. Is that Devil's Mountain from Close Encounters? Devil's Peak. In another great bunch of shooters is the Strikers 1945 games, and they're great shooters, very similar to this as well. Obviously very heavily influenced, but they got great graphics as well. Got versions 2 and 3 of that as well. Number 3 is amazing. I actually did that in my previous episode. If you want to check that out in episode 17, I believe. That was the last game I played. So, you know, I love these retro shooters where they're set and during the Second World War, etc. Hopefully, I'm looking forward to Ace of Thunder. Oh, there we go. That was a beast of an explosion. Ace of Thunder's on the PSVR 2. It's coming out soon, so I'm looking forward to playing that. Another shooter in VR. If you guys have checked out my Ace Combat play, I love playing that game in VR. That's a great, if you want to immerse yourself in a VR game of arcade shooters. It's Ace Combat 7 in VR is incredible. That's what I'm waiting for, the inevitable Ace Combat 8 in VR on the PSVR 2. I know people are getting impatient waiting for it, but it's going to come. I know it will come. I've got the patience to wait for it. It's amazing that you can go from, you know, top-down shooters like this to actually being in the game in VR. Incredible where we've come to in technology. Okay. Come on. Let's get this dude done and dusted. Have you guys been reading about any of the new games coming out in these retro collections? Because I've been reading about, there's obviously the new Taito ones that are coming out. They've got a few versions of the Taito games coming out, but I'm actually waiting for the 3rd Taito collection. There we go. That's that one done. Special attack. Special attacker. I'm waiting for the next Taito one, not the next one that's coming out, collection 2. I'm waiting for collection 3 because hopefully that'll have Chase HQ on it, which I'd really love to cover on my channel. Nightmare Valley. Ooh. Backlinks in this game are stunning. Yeah, Strikers 1945-3 is the one I did on episode 17 of Arcade Blasters, and then the one before that was Midnight Wanderers. That's on episode 16. Carrier Air Wing is episode 15, and Darius Gaiden, great game. That is that's episode 13. Episode 14 was Pro Gear. Sunset Riders. Yeah, I include that as an arcade blaster. It's an arcade blaster where you're playing obviously as a cowboy on a horse, but it's definitely an arcade blaster. And then we had a Prehistoric Isle, another great game. That's on the SNK 40th Anniversary Collection. That's a really good game. And we got Metal Slug 1. That's another great game. What else did I do? Sa on the SNK collection. That's an old top-down shooter. It's one I covered. Bit of a rare one, that one, but a lot of people don't remember it, but I had a lot of fun with that. Then I covered Metal Slug 2, another great game. R-Type Dimensions, fantastic shooter. One of my favourites was Twinbee's Bells and Whistles. That's a superb shooter. If you guys have never played that, from Konami, really early one, really good. Well, it's kind of early 90s, but it's based on the Pop and Twinbee games, which are some of my favourites on the Super Nintendo. Yeah, this is a beast. This is a beast of a boss. But gonna save my bombs till now so I can use them. And I also did Blazing Star, which is one of the best. I probably think that's my favourite side-scrolling shooter of all time. Anti-submarine battle cruiser. Raiden 5 I covered. I also covered sending reinforcements to a laser. Oh, I got a laser weapon there. Thundercross was my episode 2, and then the first one I ever did on my channel was Ghost Pilots, which is a lot like this, and it was on the Neo Geo. So yeah, so many different shooters to play out there, and there's lots more to cover on this series as well. So. Ooh. Oh, this is where the bullet streams get absolutely insane. And this is where it was a coin muncher, obviously. Even back in the early 2000s, when arcades were still just about a thing, you know? And retro shooters like this came out, and people were like, oh my god, they've got so hard now. They were always this hard, but it's just that they're more intense. God damn, so much. The Ishuzi accepted. Yeah, you'll have to excuse my coughing, sorry. COVID really took a number on me. The new strain, the new variant. Okay. Try and get as many of these as we can without... I don't think we're going to be able to do this without bombs though. Ooh, this is going to be difficult. Yep. Okay. There we go, there's one down. One left. Yeah, we can do this. We've got 3 bombs left. Come on. That's what I'm talking about. 2 bombs. That's a spare. Multi-cannon tank. Shizzy. Shizzy. Muddy Interceptor. Stage 9. Wow, pretty much halfway there now. Ooh. I think if they were to do a modern day version of this, do another version, just update the visuals obviously, but keep the same kind of visual aesthetic, just update the kind of like blending of the 3D backgrounds, things like that. You know, I think Capcom could do a really good job on an update. They do good versions on their updates. I think, you know, they've got so many franchises now which are just so brilliant. You know, it's not just stuff like this, but even the modern day franchises like Monster Hunter, etc. Just unbelievably good stuff. You know, Capcom are in such a good place at the moment. They're doing everything that I wish Konami would do, which is a real shame because Konami have got some of the greatest IPs as well. You know, this is a well-known debate that a lot of people have online, especially me and my friends in our retro group. We talk about this all the time, how Konami really should be pumping out all those amazing franchises, and like I said about Pop and Twinbee, you know, they should be pumping out a new version of that. You know, they're sitting on Castlevania. All the great, incredible games that they've created over these years, you know. And they had some of the best side-scrolling beat-em-ups ever made. I mean, admittedly, a lot of them were to do with franchises and IPs, which they can't get the rights to now because of copyright. And, you know, so a lot of the stuff like X-Men and stuff, obviously Disney owns that now, so they can't release them. But, you know, a lot of people still have that on the old Xbox, and I had it on the iPad. There we go. 220,000 to 229. I got a bomb left. Middle class bomber. Kutazaki. Stage 9. Stage 10, Storm Fortress. 6 stages to go. Much halfway through now. Oh, this is a midway boss challenge. Oh, this is a beast one. You really have to use your bombs here strategically. The final boss in this is an absolute beast. Ooh. Oh my god, this is insane. Okay, super gigantic battleship, Kajon. Whew! Stage 10. That was it. That was a tough one. Stage 11, Oil Legion. 5 stages to go. Now this level reminds me a lot of the one in Strikers and Ghost Pilots as well. You're just coming off the base. Oh my god. Jeez. I don't remember this game being this hard in the arcades, which is ironic. It should feel easier at home. Obviously, because you get infinite continues. You just keep pressing insert coin with your right trigger. That's the thing I love about the Capcom arcade set with all these games on them is that, you know, you can just go back to them, just keep pumping those coins in, and it feels like you're actually in the arcade. Because it can change your viewpoint in this, and make it look like, you know, you're actually in the arcade. You know, where you've got the other games by the side, so you can see Street Fighter and that running by the side, and another game, Final Fight, and, you know, Forgotten Worlds, whatever games that happen to be on the side. So yeah, you got like a run of arcade machines. Ooh. Oh my god. Right, okay. Target, you. You are the target. Accepted. God. Jeez, that was a beast. Whew. Okay, wow. Anti-aircraft battleship. You. Okay, we're getting close to the end now, boys and girls. Stage 12, Leviathan's mouth. Leviathan's mouth. The mouth of Leviathan. Come on. Oh my god, look at this. God. Oh my god, look at this. On the actual carrier itself. Carrier airing is another great shooter I love. Oh my god, look at this. Oh, it's split up. There you go in the middle. Stage 13, here we go. God, look at it. Unbelievable the amount of... Jesus, look at this. It's unbelievable. And you have to hit those bases as well. Okay, here we are, Arashi. Look at this. You're on a cornfield with the alien corn rings. I love that. Oh my god, look at these. This is unbelievable. Oh, I like this background, man. It's beautiful. The fields. Beautiful use of colours. Greens are pretty good. They really stand out. Gigantic fighter. Oh my god. Okay, there's a lot of... Oh my god, these little missiles coming out of the ground. Missile turrets. Goku. Accepted. Goku. Well, there we go. Rail tank Goku, done and dusted. Oh my god. This is a beast. Look at this. This is ridiculous. My god. Now this is obviously the final boss. So, as you can see, it's just crazy. Look at this. This is insane. So obviously you have to get rid of the turrets in the middle. Come on, we can do this. This is going to be a beast to destroy, but we can do it. We're going to use a lot of coins, as you can see. But can we beat the top score at the end? That's the question. I always put my my final name as either Ace or ACC. Action Captain Commando. Action Captain Commando. Oh my god, look at this. This is ridiculous. Jesus. This is insane. My god. God. Jesus. Jesus. Oh, we did it. There we go. My god, that was insane. I can't believe we actually did it. Okay, the question is, can we beat the top score? That is insane. Moving Fortress Apartheid. Here we're coming into landing. Oh, look at that. Look at that score racking up. We've beaten the top score. What's it going to finish off at as? Look at that. Wow. 2,208,609. That is amazing. Okay, I think I'm going to go with ACC for today. Action, Captain Commando. Oh my god. Wow, we did it. Congratulations. Stage 1. 304,430. Stage 2, 600,191. These are some good scores, actually. Stage 3, 431,642. Stage 4, 379,233. Stage 5, 667,405. Stage 6, 444,436. Stage 7, 610,528. Stage 8, 491,429. And Stage 9, 548,229. Wow, that's a high one. Stage 10, 804,449. Stage 11, 713,639. Stage 12, 847,689. Stage 13, 678,009. Stage 14, 782,139. Stage 15, 220. Oh no, 2,208,609. There we go, boys and girls. That was 1944, the Loop Master. Hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, keep shooting.